Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scarred Lands, A Family Affair, Episode 3, Ripple Effect.
Season 2, Episode 3.
Season 2, Episode 3, yes. Thank you for correcting that. I appreciate it. We have a whole nother season. In fact, while we're on the subject of Travis occasionally makes embarrassing technical mistakes, I actually realized today that I had never taken the last episode of season 1 live on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
So you can go back and watch that now and find out where all this chaos came from. If you've been following on Patreon and whatnot, you've had it this whole time.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about it because I saw it and I was like, what?
My bad. Sometimes when you juggle a lot of flaming knives, once in a while you drop one. But my apologies to the audience. But season 1 is now complete up there. Season 2, episode 1 just went live on YouTube for the general public. And season 2, episode 2, if you go to patreon.com/TravisLegg, you can still get that in early access. I'm going to try this fancy new thing where I roll them out on a schedule now. So got to keep me honest about that on social media. Feel free to follow me on Twitter @TravisLegg and yell at me on Sundays if the previous week's episode or 2 weeks previously. We do have 1 week of exclusivity. So now that all that silly bookkeeping business has been done, we can dive into the story itself. When last we met, the party was split. Half of you are still back at Weasel's Crossing, while the other half found your way into Madriel's realm via the Pestilential Abyss. And that's where we're going to sort of pick things up with our good friends. Millie, Zopa, Nikki, and Khaled are all currently in the Golden Paradise, approaching the Citadel of the Sun. As you're making your way up to the Citadel, there's a large city that sort of extends around the Citadel itself. And the first thing you notice as you step into this city is the absolute sort of organized cleanliness and almost ideal perfection of urban living. Nothing's dirty. It doesn't smell. You can't smell the sewage despite the temperature being basically like a completely comfortable, like 72 degrees throughout, with just the slightest comforting breeze. People are sort of milling about, going about their business, but everyone seems to be both focused on their activity, but not to the point of ignoring those around them. So there's a lot of very polite exchanges in the street. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you first. Oh, after you. Things along those lines as people's paths are crossing. It's basically like an ideal presentation of what city life would be. Passing through the streets, you do pass an open-air market between the city gate and the Citadel, which you're welcome to stop at if you like, or not. Up to you. You do clock a lack of guards in this city market, as if no one is worried about crime because it doesn't happen. And you see an absolute. You sort of clock as you're moving through. There doesn't seem to be a lot of haggling going on. Everyone is just kind of asking a price and getting that price.
Dad, maybe you should get a place here. This is really nice. Just sell that crap hole and weasels, whatever, and just move here.
He looks around.
Like a nice place to retire.
He says, I think it's a heaven.
I mean, it's a really nice place, but I don't know if I go that far.
He walks over and taps a passing orc on the shoulder and says, excuse me, sir. And the orc looks down. Oh, pardon me, sir. And says, well, I guess he taps him more on the elbow, probably. Orc looks down and says, oh, excuse me, I didn't see you there. Khaled says, when did you die? And he says, 32 AV. Run over by a manure cart. Why? No reason. And turns and walks back over. This isn't a retirement home.
You meant literally. It's a permanent retirement home. Gotcha. Let's not have you move here.
Sorry. As soon as you said manure cart, I instantly went to the Scarlet's version of Bring Out Your Dead. And I'm never going to get that out of my head now. So thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he says, yeah, this is, I mean, hopefully this is where I'm going.
I mean, it's a nice place, but let's find our way home, okay?
Sure. You continue walking along.
You guys flinched so hard, it's audible.
Millie, give me a quick perception check, if you don't mind.
You got it. Come on, button. Do the clicky thing.
And if it's quicker to do it in D&D Beyond, you're welcome to.
I don't know how to do that.
It'd be just a matter of clicking on the number on your sheet. But, you know, a good old refresh to Astral, because it's Monday and they probably just did their server updates. Probably wouldn't suck.
I am having to log back in.
This is the perfect time to point out that this game is sponsored by Astral Tabletop, and you should go check them out.
Yep. As much as we make fun, Astral kicks a significant amount of ass.
Make sure if you have a long-running campaign that has, 400 or some odd characters and dozens and dozens of assets in it, that you refresh first login. Are we getting any joy from your die roller there? Yeah, you have returned. While you're doing that, I'm bringing up the... There we go. Still getting the spinning doom. I don't know what Astral has against you, Ayli.
I need to log back out. Did you do that? Did you try that?
Yeah.
Well, it's loading.
Well, that's good.
Should good. No, chat, come back.
Having said that, if you duck over to on D&D Beyond, just a tip for anybody who might be watching this. Now, if you click on your little dice, the little number, your dice will automatically roll it on D&D Beyond. You got a natural 20, so it was worth the wait for you. As you're walking through the street, you notice Nikki is lagged behind you. Like during this exchange, while everybody's attention is on Khaled, you notice Nikki is turned around, facing the city gate, with her hands both out like this.
Nikki?
She kind of opens one eye and looks over at you.
What you doing?
Just trying something.
What you trying?
Doesn't matter, it didn't work. He kind of grumbles and turns back around and starts walking.
It matters a little bit because now we know what not to do.
Says, you said there were 4 axes, right?
Yeah. Or you're trying to call them.
If there's 4, then I'm still attuned to the first 2.
Yeah, they're a little far away though. Can you do that?
Wouldn't you be stealing them from your past self?
That seems like a problem for past Nikki.
Says, I'm assuming I don't have a past self because I'm here.
Oh, just like we don't have past selves. Well, then why aren't your axes with you?
Where would they be?
They would be on, I'm assuming, somewhere in Hollowfaust. Probably in my quarters.
How do we get there from here?
Historically, if I drop them, they come back to me. If I want them, they come to me.
Not when you're in heaven. I'm not there to say that.
It's totally like Thor Dark World. They're just like, and then we teleport to another plane, and they're like,
hollow fast people going, ah!
Right?
I have a feeling that we're not allowed to use them until we fix the time shenanigans.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I don't really want to get yelled at by Bengal again. That's not on my list of things that I'm looking forward to. So.
Yeah, he seemed pretty bent out of shape. Oh, never mind. Let's just keep going. She continues, she sort of walks up to the head of the line, basically. You can tell that she's definitely, hurt and sad a little bit.
Hey, we'll fix it. We'll fix it and make it so that there's only 2 axes again, and they'll return to me.
He nods. She says, they belong to you. You earned them. And it was very undivine of Vangal to take them from you.
I'm really starting to like her.
She sort of... You get like the barest perception of a smirk before he sort of shakes it off and continues grumpily walking toward the tower.
Yeah, I follow.
Is there any business that you would like to attend while you're in this area, while you're passing through this marketplace before you get to the tower? Anything you want to look for or look at?
Not particular for me.
Just beelining your way there.
Do they seem to be exchanging money at all, or is this like...
They are absolutely exchanging coin. And it looks for all the world to you like every bit of goods that you might expect to find in an open-air market in any major city on Galspad is there. Everything from food to weaponry to armor to livestock, spell components, the whole nine. Like, it looks like if you didn't know any better, you'd swear you were in a very cleaned up version of the Grand Souk in Shelzar.
Gotcha. Is there any way... So I've got those Obli, which are the soul coins, or Obti? Obli.
Yeah. Yes.
The thought crosses my mind that maybe they're worth something here being soul coins and this being a heaven. I'm going to go try and peek at what kind of currency they've got going on over there.
You kind of look, as you're passing. I'm assuming that all this watching is happening kind of as you're walking through. This is a rather large suit. And as you look over, you see that the coins appear to be all minted in gold, and they appear to all have what you're assuming is Madriel's holy symbol. It little hard to make out, but you think that's Madriel's holy symbol on the face of them.
Do I see a shop where I could be like, hey, can you appraise these coins?
You see kind of a curio shop. It seems to have a lot of different oddities, a lot of kind of everything from, like, you see a pair of spectacles laid out, you see an inkwell and some writing utensils, you see various cutleries, you see various what look like maybe like hand-carved bric-a-brac. It's just kind of a random collection of items. That looks like it might be the best place to approach. And there's a woman, an elven woman, sitting behind the table.
I haven't seen many pairs of spectacles before, so I'm kind of curious about them, and I'll go and put them on.
Everything looks about 3 times bigger than it did before.
Including my eyes, if you're looking.
Right.
Coke bottles.
She says, yes,
that gives me a headache.
Those are reading aids.
If I need to read something down the street a block. Whew.
She says, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Are you new here?
Just passing through. I'm Zopa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Zopa. We don't get a whole lot of visitors in your condition. And about that time, as you're interacting with her, you realize the sclera of her eyes are completely black.
Not creepy at all.
But she's otherwise a very fine, almost too perfect-looking elven woman.
Are there any other people around?
I mean, the place is crowded as shit. Whether or not Millie is kind of stopping will determine whether Nikki and Khaled also stop. Otherwise, they're continuing down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, I stop and wait for my sister.
Just glancing at some of the other citizens of the area, do they also have black eyes, or is this just her?
You see one other person across the way that appears to be selling a rapier to one of the smiths that has the similar eyes. And you also notice at that point, too, the slightly longer ears, and that their skin is a particular ivory hue that you've not noticed in any elves on Gelspad before.
I'll keep that in mind. Just gonna be a little wary, just in case. But I'm going to pull out one of those obli and just be like, so I've found a few of these in my journeys, and I was wondering if they're worth anything.
She looks at them and says, "Oh wow, I'm unfamiliar with these at all, but I would take these to the temple. These feel like they have a will." And she hands them back to you, almost like she's a little creeped out.
Yeah, well, when she hands them back, I feel like a little dirty for holding them now that she said that. I'm going to quickly put them in my pocket and then wipe my hand on my...
Right, she pulls like a rag out from under her table and just kind of absent-mindedly wipes her hands with it. I would definitely take those to the temple.
Thank you. I'm just going to browse her stuff for a little bit, but since I don't really have a bunch of money afterwards, I'll just be like, thank you for your time, and head out and look at Millie and be like,
of course, may I guess may Madriel bless you. And she looks a little confused for a second and then goes back to
you too.
You think she had a different name on the tip of her tongue, but she couldn't remember it for some reason.
That which abides, maybe.
Yep. May the dude bless you, dude.
When I get back to Millie, Millie knows I don't really do the god thing. I know they're a thing and all that, but I'm not like, oh, bless you too and all that. Was that right? Did I do that right, or was that weird?
No,
It felt weird.
I think that was right.
Okay. I'm going to glance back at the woman. We should go. I feel like that was weird.
We should start.
You make your way up to the front gates of the Citadel. They open as you arrive, and you step inside to a temple that looks basically like an idealized version of the Temple of Madriel that you visited in Holocaust. The arrangement is entirely the same, but everything just looks cleaner, more perfect. And the priest steps out from behind the altar and says, "Greetings, travelers. Oh, you've come a long way. What can I do for you?"
Kind of look at Zopa and Dad to see if they're going to talk.
We're all looking at each other.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for the
Directions.
Yes, directions.
Oh, certainly I can provide those. Yes, absolutely. Where do you need to go?
Weasel's Crossing? Is that right?
I mean, that would be home.
We have to talk to, blanking on the name.
Pedrada?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pedrada.
right.
Yeah. We need to talk to Hadrana. Point us in that direction.
I mean, there actually aren't any priests who serve him here.
Right.
Which is part of what makes it a heaven.
I'll be here all millennium. Try the beef.
Yeah.
And in Hadrada's heaven, all your sums always add up.
He says, "Do you have a ready means of planar travel?"
Not a consistent one, but I mean, we made it here.
Oh, it's a really bad idea to just go sort of randomly mucking about the plains, particularly if you're looking for one that's really focused on law. That's the best way to never find what you're looking for. We don't get a lot of travelers here that are in your condition. Can I ask what this is regarding?
We may have messed with time.
Oh, that's bad, and I should probably run that up to someone who has a little bit more. I'm going to go make a call, if you don't mind.
Oh, the escalation manager?
Yeah, I think I need to get you over to a different department.
Someone with a bit more oomph.
Right.
Yeah. She says, just give me just a moment, and sort of batters off in the background. It's about this time that you notice while you're interacting with one another, your bodies are starting to shift ever so slightly. Scars seem to be fading, both in depth and in coloration. Your flesh starts to become more uniform in color. Any wounds, diseases, illnesses, ailments, anything that you were suffering, except for that one disease that you're carrying that doesn't get cured by this effect, gets basically wiped out.
What disease that we're carrying? We haven't seen any effects.
Totally true.
Oh, do we get our hit points back?
Yeah, you're fully healed.
Nice.
It's as if just spending time bathing in the energy of this plane has miraculously restored you to an ideal form.
Did they get their spell slots back?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
With the time thing coming up so quickly, I feel like we're already going to be judged by people. They're going to come show up, and they're going to have judgy face on. So,
Oh, that's Corian's heaven.
I don't feel like I want to bring up the coins, but I still want to know what they are. So I'm just going to take one out and roll it on the back of my hand when they come back. Just see if they notice it, and if they are like, "Oh my God, what did you do?" Or they're just like, "Oh yeah, those are valuable. You can buy a house with those." Or something.
As you pull out the coin, you're kind of rolling in your fingers. Khaled and Nikki are just sort of marveling at these changes that they're undergoing. Khaled's like, I got stabbed in the hand when I was a boy, and I've had that scar the whole time, and I can barely see it.
Does it make tattoos go away?
No, because those are an ideal part of you. You want them there. It's like, this is weird. And as soon as he says that, you hear a booming voice as everything in the temple starts to independently illuminate until everything becomes kind of this blinding whiteness. And you hear, "Fear not. I am here to treat with you." As in the brightness, you see the outline of looks like maybe a 12-foot tall woman in plate armor with wings.
Are you the escalation manager? Oh God, that's so bright.
He says, "I've been called many things, Redeemer, Healer, never the escalation manager, but I suppose it fits."
No Karen has ever made it this far.
Until today.
He says, "Please, tell me you're not carrying the Star of Chaos." And she floats down to Millie.
Oops.
See, told you, judgy face.
What have you done?
Didn't know what it was.
Oh, this is not good. We need to get that back immediately.
I can put it back.
Good. Okay. In the meantime, I shall send my angels out to assess the damage. Oh. Millie. She rubs the side of your face. I know you through your mother.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
So that must make you Khaled. He nods and says, "Yep, guilty." And just kind of shrinks, puts his hands in his pockets, and kind of looks away from her. I see. I should have suspected as much. I can put you back where that belongs.
Great. I was told I have to talk to Hydrada.
Oh, who made that delightful suggestion?
Bengal.
She nods and says, Vangal is passionate, but not always the sharpest. I don't think we need to involve Hydrada in this matter. Do you?
Well, I don't know, but I had these axes, and they were really cool, and Mingle took them away from me, and I would really like them back. And so I think I kind of need to make him less angry at me currently.
Oh, child, you've stumbled upon one of the great Conundrums of the universe. How does one make
Angle
less angry?
Not less angry in general, just less angry with me specifically.
Or about anything specifically, or ever for any reason. If he specifically requested that you involve the Drada, I can attempt to bridge a meeting, but
don't.
my greatest concern is every moment that stays out of place, we have a problem. Perhaps we should attempt to reach Enkili. They would know best how safe it is to keep that.
I mean, maybe I could put the chaos thing back first, and then I can talk to my
Yeah, I think that, yes, managing the immediate problem is of utmost importance. Now, I can get you close, but I can't get you exactly to its housing. And Keeley, in their infinite wisdom, has warded its resting place against the presence of the divine. No god can enter, no god's magic can enter.
We managed to get there on our own before.
Of course, you're mortal.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Is that what you wish then?
I look at Zopa and Dad.
I mean, that's what we want, right?
Kyle says, we can't just leave everybody back at Weasel's Crossing, though.
Oh.
That trapped them there?
Maybe the escalation manager can bring them here and then send us all there.
She says, that name's not going to stick. I can't. Redeemer is fine, Madriel, Most High Angel. All of those are cool. Let's stay away. Let's stay off of escalation manager.
Okay.
Sounds a little too officious for me.
Okay.
You wish me to pull forth your family?
I mean, go ahead.
No, yeah, that would be great. It took all of us to get the orb, so makes sense.
It took all of us to break time, so
it makes sense that it would take all of us to make things right.
Of course, just a moment. She reaches her hand forth and then says, wait, something is not right. So, meanwhile, in Weasel's Crossing...
Meanwhile...
you were just feeding the new army of flesh strippers who all seem to have been connected by one who was mutated by the magic and granted some sort of psychic powers and a very large cranium.
So the one with the large cranium is not the one who remembers?
The one with the large cranium is the one who remembers.
Is the one who remembers. Okay. So, because I'm trying to narrow down which one that one is based on process of elimination of recognizing all the other ones we named. Because we had 14 that we named.
You may name them as you you may assign whatever name you choose to them.
Okay. I narrow down that one has 90% likelihood that one's Charlie.
So, Charlie, we will accept this name.
Fantastic. And if I can pet Charlie without Charlie biting me, I will do that. Whatever Charlie wishes.
Giancarlo comes back over and says, I believe we have addressed our concerns with Mrs. Copperfield.
We addressed the fuck out of them.
I think she needs to go to like prison or something. We have the evidence should be in the basement of their whole, we worship Mormo. And there was some more evidence in their bedroom in the closet, as I recall.
I mean, I personally have an aversion to local authorities. They tend to cramp my style. But
can't do that.
It's pretty covered.
What evidence? Excuse me, miss. What evidence are they talking about? What did you do?
He looks at you and just, like, with horror in her eyes.
Yeah. Okay. This is good.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone go to the basement to go fetch the evidence that we knew was there?
I don't think so.
Jedryn? Gix?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we got the money so that we can send our aspiring art student on his merry way. But I mean, you're gonna have to trust me. But I think Giancarlo's pretty much dealt the living fuck out of this. So
okay, all right.
I mean, I've a simple curse that I learned from my family.
Oh, okay. So
an exquisite curse.
So we let her go?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
If you just want to kill her, we could do that. But like, it doesn't.
I don't want to kill anybody. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't going to kill anybody else.
The problem is solved.
Okay. It's a halflings. Are they still here? Or are they?
The halflings.
About it a bit.
The four are there, like talking to Enrique. He's like, "Oh, dude, that sucks. Like, slavery is terrible. You should end it right away."
Like, guys! You can go back to the farm now. They're working out the paperwork. As far as I know, it's your guy. All of you can figure it out, but it's yours.
Y'all are safe.
There was this Allosaurus that has showed up. Like monsters do in this world. And he ate all of the overseers and the guy who used to own the place. And I guess it goes to you guys now as he had no other heir. Good luck, half happy.
They all go, yay! And run off and go up. Giancarlo stops for a second and like sniffs the air.
Still can't believe we somehow unscrambled that egg.
We are going to have company. Forgive me. And you see mists roll in, filling the entire street. That should solve that problem. Don't wander too far, though.
Gotcha.
Company? What kind of company?
Well, some divine being or other was trying to grab us all. I'll grab you all. I've taken the liberty of inviting the mists here to keep their hands off of you. Don't wander outside of my eyesight, though. It would be very bad for you.
But it could have been Zopa and Millie are missing. It could have been Zopa's girlfriend. No.
Well, no.
Zopa's girlfriend. It could have been Cheshire's girlfriend. It could have been she's who sent you. So. Could it
also could have been that woman who's like 10 feet tall.
Oh God, yeah, no, never mind. Yes, thank you for hiding us. That would be bad.
No problem. Just do not step out of my eyesight.
I put my hand on his elbow. Like, kids, come near me. Don't run off.
This week.
As the mists are sort of roiling around you, you see little glimpses of strange landscapes, like bubbling through the mists. You see a massive castle atop a mile-high mountain in the distance. The big full moon in the background as a rather large bat-like creature flies around the outside of it. You see an area that's completely just covered in black dust as a rickety ship that sort of sails across this sea of silt. You see a couple of creatures with tentacles for faces, like eating the brain out of a human, and they sort of like look over at you for a second, and then that blows past.
They seem nice.
Is the wagon with us?
Yeah. Everyone on the street is with you.
Tell the flesh strippers to get in the wagon.
They'll pile into the wagon. Yes, it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Wagon go, downstairs.
Get in the wagon, kids.
So he turns to Cheshire and says, so it's my understanding that there is some business here you need to attend to.
Yes. We need to return something that we took or poked or we need to fix a thing that we messed up a couple months in the future.
Do you have the thing?
I don't have the thing. Do we?
Unfortunately, the thing is currently with the people who we can't find.
Which thing?
We don't have the
so
thing.
many things.
One of the things we weren't supposed to touch.
The star thing.
Of the star of
Oh, the
star of
Ayli
chaos or whatever. Yeah, the Ayli thing.
Oh. That seems so minor compared to everything we touched.
Well, no, I mean,
all the things that's what destroyed the world.
I was thinking maybe it was the undead thing that we gave to the guy, or or the beastie thing that we accidentally created, or the
Actually, do we know which? Like, do we know the other list of things, or? I'm forgetting because, we've been split up and recombined several times, and I'm forgetting who knows what about what at this point.
There's the whip.
Yep. No, we know where the whip is.
There's Sasha and all the stuff with that.
No, but I mean, which the things that we've actually, broken that need to be fixed. We don't know about the axes.
I don't know.
We know about the stars because the 10-foot-tall person told
me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Portals were opening up to other dimensions, and we fixed a little bit of that, but that's still going to happen. But the Druids of Mesos, who were closing those, should still be able to do that because our interferences would stop that in the first place. So that should still be resolved so that the water dimension doesn't flow into that place. So hopefully the Druids of Mesos could just take care of that. The poor necromancer that we ran into in the Festering Fields, all the problems that happened to him were also because of us. So as long as we don't go there, that will be okay. I broke the GM.
Not wrong.
Sasha dying was also because of us. So if we don't go there, she should be okay. Except he's still in that situation.
She didn't die.
But she didn't get. She's still stuck with those assholes. But she should probably be able to figure that out herself. So I think the main thing that we just need to stop happening is the whip. Is make sure no one gets the whip. When we stop the immediate problem, which was Mormo cultists.
Yep. And Dad.
Then there's the plague in the gleaning place,
the Golden Valley or the Gleaming Valley or whatever it is.
We didn't even reach there. We're still infected with that. We better not go there because we might cause it.
Gods, I hate time travel.
And what else did we? Oh, and there was that magic ring. Who had the magic ring?
I still have the ring.
Okay, we still have to return that ring.
We still have to return that to the ice people, wherever the fuck they are.
That means there's two of that ring?
It's fine. The real point is to tell them how I fell and where.
Did you find the other mask and the other cloak in the attic? Or in the bedroom?
Are we supposed to return that? Because every other time we did something, we just made it way worse.
I'm not worrying about it right now. The priest is dead, okay? I mean, at some point we should go back and stamp all over those fire motherfuckers because I fucking hate them. but that's really a personal thing more than anything else. So I think and there's At some point, somebody needs to send a message to Holofaust.
Yeah. To warn them about the plague.
You all start hearing
Oh, wait, Holofaust?
in the background what, near as you can tell, sounds like carnival music.
Oh, fuck.
And a few calls on the air echoed through the mist of whoop whoop.
Oh, shit.
Oh, here we go.
All 5 of us on the wagon at this point?
Yeah. You see Giancarlo turn bone white.
Yeah.
What was that?
So remember when I said that asshole is an asshole, and I would like very much so if they died, and they're the reason that my dad's dead, and in this box, and and everything happened. It's this guy and his band of assholes. So here we go.
The god who was trying to grab us?
I wouldn't call him a god. He's far too meager for that.
As far as
you could just tell that in Gix, he stopped when he said meager, and he's just trying to find the most vile word he could think to take the guy down a peg before he's even here. That's how much he dislikes him.
Giancarlo says, as far as I know, there are no divinities among the carnival.
Exactly.
What now?
That does not mean he is weak.
You see a couple of rather round fellows in green and red court jester outfits come tumbling out of the mists directly in front of you, followed immediately by 4 more dressed in similar fashion, carrying I always forget it. What's it called?
Palanquin?
Thank you. Palanquin. On top of the palanquin is a humanoid-ish person that's about 9 feet tall, has wings with hands on the ends of them, and very much appears like they have a peacock face.
Aaron Priest.
And as soon as they step into view, the tumblers grab their horns and and
still holding on to Juan Carlo's arm.
The priest pulls out a scroll and unrolls it and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! It is by declaration of and with the authority granted me by the Jack of Tears, I have come to announce that you have downright fucked up."
We've been told.
Where is the Star of Ayli?
Is that the courier asking or Jack?
That's the courier. Jack's not there.
Oh, so the courier. If the courier is asking, I'll look him right dead in the eye and I'll go, "I have a message for you and for Jack."
Don't care.
If when he does that, I lean in real close and I go, "Fuck you."
Your profanity is noted.
I thought you didn't care.
Let it be written down that I am an ass.
I don't, but that doesn't mean I can't make notes.
Who are these people, Gix?
Jackasses. And I pull out the box that holds my father. I was like, Sir Sasha, before we came back and touched that stupid damn star, confirmed that Jack had a grand plan that he couldn't stop, even though he could have, but he couldn't, at his own admission. Very smart, very well planned out plan, and decided to punish my father instead of just keeping his plan safe, and made a desiccated, shrunken corpse of him as a Jack-in-the-Box, which is what this box is.
So imagine as Gix is talking, in your peripheral vision comes the Heron Priest's face and hand as they're writing down everything he's saying. Getting closer and closer.
Do you work for Ayli, Mr. Creepy Bird Man?
The mirror. The insinuation. It's awful in my mouth. Oh, no, of course not. I am the servant of the Jack of Tears.
Well, we would only do this for Inkili. It's Inkili's thing, so unless you represent Inkili, we can't.
Inkili is a. The priest leans down to one of the tumblers and says, "Is it okay to call them a schmuck?" Schmuck's good. Inkili is a schmuck.
I look right at my sister Triss, and I go, "Listen, we're not helping this guy. No matter how good of a deal is, you will literally have to kill me."
No, I don't want to help.
But it's not even worth having the conversation.
The thing, and the thing is Inkili's, and the only person we're going to give that thing to is Inkili, or maybe one of Inkili's followers.
We just have to put it. We just have to put it back. Like what he wants is irrelevant. Like,
go away, Mr. Weird Bird thing.
Yeah, he can't even come himself.
Unless you're here to help us do this, we know, and we're as on it as we're going to be.
In fact, you're slowing it down by telling us something we've heard 10 times already. Why are you trying to stop this from happening?
Oh, well, I'm not trying to stop this from me. For me,
we were already doing it, and then you're stopping us and having us listen to this thing where we were already. I mean, do you not want us to put it back? Is that what's happening?
No, it's. This is literally how Jack's plans go.
I know, but
he's a
talking
complete
to
idiot.
him.
It's not the courier's fault. I kind of feel bad for you because you're a servant to an idiot. But this is.
No, it is the courier's fault.
Dimension is not going to help you, Weird Bird thing.
I did not pull you here.
Just having like a family squabble of who's the idiot.
I did not pull you here. We merely, the Vistani in our number, recognized that the mists were here.
That was more excuses.
You didn't pull us here. Well, then let us keep going to wherever it is we need to go, Mr. Weird Bird thing.
Very well. The bird looks over at Giancarlo and says, Raquel wants you to know that she will be home for the summer festival. Giancarlo nods and says, be gone. And tell her that she's missed.
It's Raquel.
They turn
festival?
I adore that.
Not everything is about us.
All the clowns shout, whoop, whoop, and turn around and run back off into the mist.
I love that. Be home for the summer festival. Amazing.
The mists part as the carnival crew rides off. And Giancarlo says, ages ago, some of my wandering cousins made their way here and joined up with that ilk.
Deep down, there's a part of Gix that really does want to go and figure out what happened. But
for the Festival of Wheat? Okay.
Oh, no, we have a very rambunctious holiday in the domains of dread every summer. Good time. It's not as bad a place as it sounds, honestly. You get used to it. I don't even
know where that is.
You shouldn't. It's a long ways away. It's not as one might say in your category. In fact, generally speaking, we are never to interact.
Well, thank you for helping us.
Well, I mean, you did break the universe and all.
Are you sure it was us?
Oh, quite. Yes. There's little debate on that subject.
We had help,
but... What specific act did we do that was the act that broke the universe?
I went back in time.
So it was literally just the time travel thing.
If you would imagine...
The universe was broken before we did that.
Was it?
No, we weren't supposed to move the Star of Chaos. That tall one was very specific about. Well, someone was very specific about that. Not her. She was very specific about murder.
Or
so is it because
didn't somebody tell us to go through the portal and it was our last chance and we didn't use it?
Who said Keely? It was just somebody.
I thought it was Keely who told us to go through the portal.
And we didn't.
Did Keely say
I'm checking my pockets now. I'm like, wait a minute. We don't have it.
Who has it?
Well, not us.
Who grabbed it?
Each one of you can go ahead and make just a straight up wisdom check.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
And before we have it.
Wisdom save or wisdom check?
Just an unmodified wisdom check.
Yep.
Throwing some dice. Nope, I'm still not wise.
I am still not wise, but got a natural 20.
Nice.
Sometimes you have those moments of
clarity.
Lucidity.
Yeah, that's my score.
that is just gone 6 seconds later.
So your immediate,
that's terrible.
your immediate recollection is that the only person who actually made contact with the Star of Chaos was, in fact, Millie.
Probably Millie.
Millie took it.
She touched it at least.
Feels more like something that Zopa would have done. So it's likely that Millie or Zopa has this thing, and they disappeared. I would guess
Millie, yeah.
With Dad to
just somewhere. There are probably some. Oh God.
There's no telling. Like we don't.
And now we're being transported somewhere?
Well, no, right now we're being not transported
somewhere. Giancarlo says, no, I believe the danger is past. I've let the mists leave with the carnival crew.
Are we back in
yeah, you haven't moved. Aside from like getting on the wagon, you haven't moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe if whoever's...
I hate to say this, but I almost think at this point, if that force comes back, we should probably go with it just because we need to be with
the rings. Are my siblings okay?
All of the siblings you can detect with those rings, I do believe, are
standing near you.
In the thing with you. Because those don't work across planar boundaries, right?
Yeah, I don't believe they do. I'm looking at it. Yep, I'm hunting for it in my list. Oh, crap. Where the hell?
I will say that after the mist fades and Gix realizes where he is, he looks like just that conversation was exhausting. Mm-hmm. Like just talking about his dad in the box and everything is.
It's a lot.
Yeah, he still doesn't know what to make of the situation, and he had a sounding board before with Sasha, and it's like fully hitting him, but that's gone. You know.
Where the hell is it? I swear
I've seen it, but I don't have the description.
Yeah, I swear I've had this on my list, but I don't have it right now.
The pack ring?
Yeah.
Everybody but one of us had one.
Well, yeah, no, but the specific, I'll go find it in the...
One of us didn't have one? Dad doesn't have one, I think that's
While you're digging for that, across the planar membranes and very, very far away, Madriel says, well, that's the strangest thing ever.
What is strange?
I can't...
Within 1 mile of here.
I can't reach them.
I mean, they're elsewhere. I don't see why you...
Something not of this reality around them.
Well...
That sounds about right.
Send us to them, then. Well... I mean...
As you wish.
Hey,
she waves her hand. You all appear in the house. And when you open the door to the house to like step out toward them, you see again those same worlds that flew past, like fly past you in the mists. And then the mists abate and you are standing in the house.
I'm gonna give everyone a hug, even Nikki, just because that was weird. I feel like I know I need a hug, and I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm gonna give everyone else a hug.
Yeah.
Add Nikki.
Millie! I've run up to Millie.
Where did you guys go? I mean, wait.
We got the flesh strippers, and there's more of them, and there's one that's really smart. Charlie remembered.
Charlie says, I recognize this one. She is kind.
She is awesome.
Like in all of your heads.
This is great. Vangel's mad. He took my axes.
What?
We went to Madriel's realm. That was weird. We spoke to Madriel. We gotta put this back.
Nikki steps out of the house and like walks around the side of it and puts her hands out.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to hear a whistling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Duck.
Good idea. Vangel might be mad if we take the
This
axes.
is screw Vangel.
And honestly, if that attitude, Vangel would probably be like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I get that.
And she holds them for a second and then flips their handles around and walks over to Millie.
You are a great sister. Welcome to the family.
Each take one. There's two. So we can use those to destroy the whip?
We can
Theoretically.
try.
I think that's the next thing we need to do. Or bring that thing back.
You do notice as you seize it in your hand, Millie, that there, like as you're picking it up, there's a little bit of blood like seeping into the blade.
Like they hit
Somebody
something on the
lost
way over.
fingers. We stopped for a drink on the way.
Yeah, somebody should have ducked.
So here's my thing. Do we know what's going to happen when we put the orb back?
Do we
Is
even
Dad
know?
going to
We
go
don't
back?
know what's going to happen when we do anything.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we don't go forward in time.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
You want to try to break the whip?
I gotta say, the universe being broken is higher priority than the whip.
Right, I
I hate
agree.
to say it, but
But the whip is right here. And it'll take us maybe
But it's like locked underneath.
And we do need to like.
Yeah, so I'm like standing next to Cheshire at this point because I've given him his hug and I'm leaning my head on his shoulder, very exhausted. But I do open my eyes and I say, "But those priests are here, and we're pretty sure they knew it was under there."
Yeah.
So
There was those priests,
Yeah.
and there's the other folks, and we really should. Oh, shit.
we know where it is. It's not like we have to like look for it.
all right.
Aaron
Hi,
comes
Aaron.
walking up.
You don't even remember us, do you?
I remember seeing you move in, but I just got the weirdest vision.
Yeah, you would actually. Come on inside and have some pancakes, I say.
Is Aaron a priestess of Inkili?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Aaron, you're getting the biggest hug ever.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to
supposed.
sit my hand on her shoulder and just be like, "And in advance, I apologize."
Can we just give it to her?
No, we're not doing that. God.
I'm supposed to
Let's
make
just-
sure you keep your eye on the prize.
Okay.
Mhm.
So make sure no one goes in the basement.
What? No. Who are you telling this to?
Aaron.
Yeah, no, that's not how this works. We have to go in the basement. We have to go TCB on that, and then we got to go and do
But
the other thing.
she's
Unless
saying that she had a
Okay.
vision to keep her eye on
Aaron.
the prize.
pancakes. Come on.
Yes,
Is the
Get it
prize
together.
pancakes?
these are
Yeah.
lovely.
Goes in.
Yep.
These are lovely pancakes. She starts throwing them in her mouth as you all sit around and whip up some glorious,
Yep.
delicious pancakes.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't
Pancakes and
need to hear this.
explanations. Pancakes and explanations happen.
Yeah.
Blah blah
In
blah.
your vision, what is the prize?
Yes. What is the prize, Aaron?
Was it a star?
Or a whip?
The seagull that I spoke to just said that you would know.
Well,
There's two.
I'm going with the star. I'm going
Yeah,
with the
if-
star.
It's Ankili. Yeah, Ankili don't care about
Yeah.
the whip.
Inkili's
Yeah.
the whip. Yeah. Okay.
And we're going to do the best that we can. And she'll just have to understand that sometimes his messages are confusing. So
we'll keep the prize close.
This is great.
So yeah, explanations, blah.
These are
blah.
divine pancakes, by the way.
Yeah.
Zopa made them.
Yeah. So
I mixed the batter.
now that you've eaten blah 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 basement, yada 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 divine artifact, blah 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 Charduni priests, blah blah really funny gag on your part, blah 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 complex series of interlocking tragedies, yada yada chaos star, blah 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 doorway, yada yada regretful decisions.
It's the best summary of the last 37 episodes of this show that I've ever heard.
Not regretful. We got Dad back.
So
Yeah.
Aaron says, well, I think I can best serve you by don't worry about what's in this basement, in the sense that, yes, worry about it absolutely, but I can keep busy. Like priests of Chardun, I can keep them busy for days.
I wish I could be here to see it.
Just, I'll hold a football out in front of them and just wait over and over again. I can run interference with those lugs, no problem. Giving you time to get where you need to get and back. Can you get there? I mean, can you do it relatively quickly? I got the impression that minutes matter in this situation.
Oof. Giancarlo, any chance that you can, I don't know, do your wild ass road magic to get us to, and I pull out a janky map of Skarn, like around here?
It's like a mountain just outside of the Golden City.
I can, if that's what you'd like to try.
I mean, well, that's where the thing has to go.
We just put it back where we found it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to take a detour, but
because of course we will.
We're not riding the back of a dragon again.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be.
No, we are not.
It's going to be. It's going to be a better. It's going to be a better. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to say what could possibly go wrong out fucking loud because I know better. But that seems like the surest shot we have. So we'll bear down and
yeah.
Well, we'll need to stop in for me to go to and then back from the mists and arrive in a different place here. We'll have to stop. We'll have to go somewhere that's not here through the mist.
A specific place, or can we pick?
Well, there's a number of places. He pulls out a notebook and opens it up.
Okay, your places, though, not our places.
Oh yes.
One by Fang's fall by chance?
No. Not any more so than the others, I suppose.
Yeah. I think he's talking about extraplanar something or other, which I'm still wrapping my brain around. But
so we have to plane shift somewhere and then plane shift back.
Is that what you call it?
Is that what it's called?
I just close my eyes and click my heels twice, and it just works.
I suppose we could sneak in a long rest first.
Minutes.
Every minute matters, but if you wish to rest, not dying on the road also matters. So there are two things that you'll need to understand about this. One, it's not going to be instantaneous. It'll take some time. It will take less time than riding there as the crow flies, but it will take some time. Two, it is not without danger. My ability to travel through the mist is mine alone. If we become separated, we have a problem. If we go somewhere where the local authorities decide you're not going to leave, we might have a problem. Chances are good. I will endeavor to keep us where we land for as short a time as possible. But
lean my head on Cheshire's shoulder again and close my eyes, but I say, "Who's the Egyptian?" We haven't met this guy yet.
He says,
is
I
it
am
weird
not...
that there's a stranger here? No, but...
He says, I am actually from Wallachia, but my name is Giancarlo Villalobos. Takes his hat off, bows down like to the floor.
You're mixing up Sean Connery characters. This isn't the one from Highlander. This is the one from something I haven't actually seen.
I mean,
I'll
it's more just a melting pot of Sean Connery, but sure.
Yep.
I'll bow back.
You need more flair, my lady. You have to, like so.
I am too tired for flair. Catch me later.
Well, you can rest, and we can discuss the route when you wake. I understand that minutes matter, but so does not getting killed on the road.
Yep.
Long rest. Even though it's still...
I would be an irresponsible steward if I did not give you the opportunity.
Okay.
I mean, if minutes matter, could we just time travel again?
Shush!
It's like, what does minutes matter mean? Is it like, 29 minutes and then the world ends because dying on the road is not as bad as everyone dying?
Yeah.
Erin shrugs her shoulders and goes, got me.
We're gonna do our best. our best means we, get some rest. But
I mean, alternatively, we could try to find a wizard and hire them to do a teleport, but does anyone know any powerful enough wizards who can do that?
Wait, did I
Howard
see?
says, 3 or 4, yeah, they're all probably
nowhere near.
Yeah, they're all the fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we know one, and we know where he is, and we know he's an asshole, and he's a faraway asshole at that. And he wouldn't teleport us until we went and dealt with the fucking druids anyway.
Did I see the war wagon outside?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, we got the war wagon back.
We shouldn't have that yet.
Nope.
It's a different war wagon, but it's very similar.
Oh, well, why don't we just leave now? And those
Sleep in the
who
war
need
wagon.
to sleep can sleep in the war wagon.
Well, no, it's the same war wagon. It just doesn't have any of your modifications to it because it was purchased before you bought it.
Yep.
Before we modified it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Cheshire's girlfriend is awesome, and we're keeping her.
yeah. So we've got to.
Giancarlo says, if you wish to sleep on the way, we suppose that's doable.
Let's pack up stuff we could use in the war wagon this time. Dad, I know you just moved in and we just unpacked you, but we're gonna pack you again. Start.
Are we burning down the house or anything to hide the basement?
Not yet.
No.
I'll just reveal the basement.
Yeah.
Howard says, should I stay here to assist Erin?
No, you should not be allowed to be alone ever.
Don't. Okay, if you open the basement,
it's become pretty clear that that's a
bad
non-starter.
Yeah, well,
it will eat you.
Before it was pretty clear that you don't give the chain away or the whip away and become a chain devil, but that's what happened. So I can
promise. Look, I don't know what series of events led to that, but I can promise you, if I did something that drastic, I did it for you.
You did.
Right, which is the problem, which means that in some way, shape, or form, you will open the basement, and then we'll have to come back, and then the world will end.
But if you open that hatch, these things come out and eat you. So anyone who opens that hatch...
Look, you've sold me on the
can't dodge
opening the hatch is a bad idea situation. It's not. I'm not debating it. I will...
Yeah.
Once this is all said and done, I'll let my cohorts know that the plan is going to need to change.
Yep.
Yeah. Just.
All right.
Obsidian Hound.
This may sound crazy, but I kind of think Dad might be right.
Dad, stay here. Yeah, it does.
He does have the training in sabotage and subterfuge. So
yeah,
and we do need to keep.
I can even call a couple of friends to come back me up in case
See, that's what I'm worried about is that the people coming to help, and then they going, we're going through with this plan, whether you like it or not.
Well, I'll just call people that aren't part of that plan.
I'm just worried. I don't want a round 2.
If you turn to a devil again, should we just kill you?
Yeah,
that's something we need to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, then we got your back.
Holy cow! Yeah, no. The minute you see me, put me down.
Understood.
Gix is struggling, very obviously struggling with everything.
All right, I kind of, grab you by the knees, which is my substitute for putting my hands on your shoulders. And go, okay, buddy, we have bad choices and worse choices.
Yeah,
you have to make a choice.
It's just been so much today. Jack is still around. Fucking Dad's gonna get fucked somehow. We have to go save the world. Like, can we just have more pancakes? Are there more pancakes?
we can make more pancakes.
Okay. And I just go and sit at the table and just like look straight down at the table and wait.
There's all sorts of monsters down there, Dad. Gelatinous cubes. And
I think he's gotten the message on that.
Purses.
I won't poke the hell basement.
I'm not putting it past him to come up with some other fucked up stupid thing to do because, he's Dad and I'm sorry,
hey, listen,
Dad.
You've all lived this long, so I can manage.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
My concern is that the people you call over to help are part of some weird cult like your friends across the street.
Okay, that's fair. So maybe I don't call anybody. I'll just be the last line of defense in case Aaron's plan doesn't work.
I mean, you have all that training to trap up the house even more than the door is already trapped and the inside's trapped. So,
can you contact Sir Sasha?
We do trust Sir Sasha.
She's trustworthy.
Sure, I can contact Sir Sasha.
She's fucking amazing.
How do you know
she is? Oh. It's too long of a story to go into here, but you're right to trust her.
If I contact her for help, though, that's going to mean that the only way that she's going to actually be able to come here and help is if she abandons her post.
Yeah, that's not a good
idea.
That's not a good idea.
It might be a good idea.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking it might be.
I don't know if we want to draw a bunch of,
let's not throw her life into absolute upheaval. Without.
Yeah, we did that once. Let's not do that again.
Having a very
yeah.
Anyway, you've got that in your pocket, and your friends on the revolutionary front, they're good and they're committed and everything, but they're really committed on that plan.
And they're morons.
No, they're just really, really committed. And they don't know the difference between, can't and shouldn't.
So, morons?
Whatever.
Single-minded.
Giancarlo says, all right, I've done a little bit of mapping here, and these are our 4 best options.
Oh.
The closest to here is a land called Markovia. It's home to Dr. František Markov. None of the people who run these places are particularly nice. Markov is a little obsessed with raising animals to human intellect. His land is
I literally gesture to myself.
He says, yes, and you were born that way, and you are a person. You're not a rat that was found in a basement and given a dark magical formula to turn into that. Those things tend to end a little different.
Yeah, that's how you make maulers.
But oddly enough, that's also the closest realm to.
I did read a chapbook while I was away that was about these 4 turtles that were raised up. they became very powerful monks. Something like that? Maybe it was not fiction.
Those are all possible, I suppose.
It's a very good chapbook. I think I have it.
So we could train the flesh eaters and then turn them into monks?
We're getting sidetracked again, guys.
50 tiny monks.
The second option, just a little bit further, but still relatively close, is Lemordia, which is known as the domain of snow and stitched flesh.
That sounds lovely.
It's filled with cities using strange machinery and harnessing the power of lightning to create and mutate life.
Like flesh golems?
Sort of.
That sounds bad.
Equally close is Tempest, the domain of nature's cruel secrets. Inhabited and run by the darkest of fey beings.
Yeah, I'm fine with Markovia. I like that people.
I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling like we're improving as we're getting further away. So unless you've got a preferred option that's the furthest one away or something, or something we don't, then
possibly the safest, so long as none of you have ever. He starts looking at each one of you, lifting your eyelids and opening your mouths and counting your teeth and
I don't like that.
Sniffing you. Sorry, this is important.
You gonna tell us what you're looking for?
Yes, any signs of Von Zarovich's soul in you.
I can just open my mouth. You don't have to touch me.
I'm still waiting for my pancakes.
The domain we're least likely to get caught up in is Barovia.
Barovia?
Home to the first vampire, Strahd von Zarovich. Also, the man is obsessed with finding his lost love, which means he's very unlikely to give a rat's fairy tale about what happens to you all. The only risk we would perceive there is if he were to somehow think you were worthy of a challenge, in which case he could lock the domain down and keep us there.
In a past life, I know Barovia excessively well, but not in this one.
Yeah.
Really well.
It's always hilarious when your former characters from other campaigns are going,
Out of character, I've played Ravenloft about 7 times.
So if Markovia sounds most preferable to all of you, then that's where we'll go. It's closest, it's easy to get into, relatively easy to get out of, as long as we don't draw Dr. Frantensek's attentions.
Great, let's do that and be real quiet.
Maybe I can blend in if there's,
Chances are good you will blend in. He looks over at Korggix and says, do we have any magic to hide this?
Huh?
I have magic to disguise me,
And
unfortunately.
can you do anything about these? He runs his fingers along Zopa and Cheshire's necks.
I also have horns, so
Yeah.
I mean, I have that mask of desire that covers my nose, eyes, and forehead.
Well, the last thing we want is a magical effect that's going to make you more desirable and noticeable.
Yeah.
We want you to be as unobtrusive as possible.
I think I can cover.
It's 8 feet tall.
I think I can cover Zopa and Cheshire. I mean, I can definitely get the necks. The heads, we're going to need a couple of truly absurd hats.
We got hats.
I have
all
absurd
got
hats.
Massive.
Oh, I figured. I was just enumerating.
Although,
Wait, did we kill either of the
Are you talking about
Copperfields
the-
next door? Are either of the Copperfields dead?
Yeah, the dad was.
Okay. Gix shoots up and he's like, I have an idea. 1 second. And he runs out across the street.
Oh, it's going to be
That's never
something
good.
gross. You know, it's
That's
going to be
never
something
good, yeah.
gross.
and Cheshire, are you talking about the Holofaustian?
You guys
Yeah.
want to? You guys.
I would have to
when-
poke holes to make my horns come through, though.
I assume we both did already, but
Yeah,
like,
you did already.
yeah.
How did Madriel meet any of us and not basically just come and yell at us forever?
So, what
I
if
mean, maybe people will just think that the
animal
horns are
people?
part of the
Maybe we
hat.
can make Gix look like a bear.
All right. About that time when you say that, I come back in wearing Copperfield as a suit via corpse armor. I'm like,
Ew.
huh?
I knew we was going to do that. This is not help.
No,
Is it?
no.
I don't look the same.
No.
Everyone raises an eyebrow and says, I don't think that's better.
Yeah. I have an 8 intelligence score, so this is great.
We're gonna Gix. I think we're gonna turn you into a bear. Okay, bud?
Bears are 8 feet
Yeah.
tall.
Do I
8
get
feet
to
tall, big teeth. You can keep the. For gods. You can keep the abomination you've currently got going if you want to.
Okay. How are we going to turn me into a bear?
Yeah, Dad, do you have a bear skin? I forget.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, because I knew you had that dire wolf rug that, because I remember throwing up on it as a kid when I had the shaking pox.
So
but
I'm wearing a bear skin. Can we just fashion it to my cloak?
Well, the idea was to make you look like a bear.
I mean,
like
like
a-
you're just going to throw it. It's going to basically, you're going to be wearing a bearskin cloak with like the head on
kind
your head.
of, yeah.
So, now you
It's
just
going to
look
be
like
a bit
seashell
more
in a
because
bear
we want to make it look like you are partly a
okay.
bear. So there's going to be a bit more. I'm going to use some.
Well, can't I just be a troll like everybody confuses me for to begin with? I'm a pet troll.
have trolls in this.
I don't know. Everybody
Trolls-
calls me a troll all the damn time, even you guys.
A troll would definitely draw attention.
Yeah, and interest, and you don't want to be interesting.
Want to?
Yeah, so believe it or not, a guy who's kind of partly a bear is going to be less interesting than you.
Now I realize, and absolutely understand that this seems like a lot of preparation, and I intend to be in Markovia for minutes at most. But I cannot stress enough that if Dr. Markov gets wind of you and decides that you're not leaving, it is no longer in my power to take you out.
Yeah.
So we just got to be as annoying there as we are here until he kicks us out.
I'm not going to underestimate the power of that, but let's try to avoid it. So yeah, let's try to make. So Gix, it's going to involve some spirit gum and a little bit of effort, but
maybe some body paint. So it looks
I know how it works. Okay.
okay.
Well,
I've done this before. I say, pulling
I guess
out
I'm
my.
not getting my pancakes, and I get up from the
No, you're
table and I
getting
lay
your
down on the
pancakes.
floor, and I just
Make you
spread out.
pancakes. Hold on.
Yeah.
I can go make.
I thought we already did pancakes.
I wanted more.
Gix.
And
Okay,
as I
we'll
lay
get
on
you
the
more
ground, I'm like,
pancakes.
make me a bear. Just
And I'm taking a short rest while you do this.
you can all benefit from a long rest. While you're benefiting from a long
Okay.
rest, you can also benefit from leveling up.
Hasn't happened.
Congratulations, you've leveled up.
Yay!
Feel free to apply those changes accordingly. Within the long rest, there's ample opportunity to craft this bear suit. Go ahead and give me a. Let's do. Are you proficient with disguise kit?
Yes.
All right, so give me
And
a
own one.
dexterity check using your proficiency bonus, if you don't mind, there,
Okay.
Jedryn.
All right.
The good news is I'm proficient in intimidation, and if I'm a bear, that's probably all I'll be doing.
As long as Jedryn doesn't like botch this roll and you end up looking like, a stuffed Winnie the Pooh or something.
Like Winnie the Pooh, that would be great.
Yep.
Oh, bother, I look just like Ursos.
Exactly. So let me see here. I'm just going to have to do it manually, I think. Plus 7 plus 3. And you can do the thing. It's thinking about doing the thing.
Are there any other preparatory, who was going to work on, were you also working on Zopa and Cheshire?
Yeah. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to roll acrobatics because that is the same
That's fine.
number, and I'm going to do it in. Oh my fucking god! What the hell? What is going on? D&D Beyond is rolling all the dice.
Oh.
What the shit?
It just wants, one of those will be a success. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know. Is anything coming through in the chat?
No.
Stop.
Nope. It just said that you fled the battle, in fact. Oh, there we go.
I think my touchpad has gone shithouse or something.
Oh, that's no fun.
No? Okay. That's...
It's just
Password
sending
is
3,000 clicks a second or something.
God. And now it's... Yeah, Astral just kicked me out, and now it wants my email and password to get back. All right.
Woohoo!
So you've calmed the fuck down now. Can I click on that again and get just one die roll that I can actually read?
I don't know. You're asking for an awful lot.
Nat 20.
Beautiful.
Nat
Right.
20. Total of 30.
So yeah, you're able to handle
I'll take
everyone's disguises. Is there anything besides just getting some sleep and preparing spells that Millie would like to do during this rest?
I'm good.
I'm demanding everybody calls me Misha now, by the way. I read it in a book somewhere.
Okay,
once.
Mish.
All right. Is there anything besides getting made up and preparation that Zopa or Cheshire would like to do?
Yeah.
I think of,
All right. We got nothing.
Probably am telling Cheshire the story about, locking the world tree and stuff. But other than that,
I'm telling you the story about my new girlfriend.
And you said
which
nothing.
I'm raptly attentive about because I'm just like,
you
yeah.
said
And then you
nothing,
find out she tried to murder me very quickly.
And you said nothing special, Millie? Oh.
Nothing special, no.
All right. What about Triss? Anything special you'd like to try to do?
I am looking to see if I qualify for that prestige class yet. I don't know if it's at 7th level or after 7th level, so I am checking that first, because that may affect what it is I do. Well, in addition to gain levels as an incarnate, you must have character level 7th. You must already be a 7th level character. Okay, so
next
not
level.
this level.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you must have 7 levels, and then is specifically there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so next level I can do this. All right then. Let me check everything. Let me check to make sure I have all the other requirements, because that could also impact.
Yeah, is anyone doing any fancy multi-classing or anything that I need to go in and tweak on D&D Beyond for you? Leveling up in a class that doesn't exist? Buying anything weird? Oh, cool.
Nope.
Okay, I have all of the other prerequisites.
Looks like I get evasion and nothing else. I'll
Woohoo!
take that.
Well, you get some hit points. Never,
Yeah,
a, bad,
hit points.
never a bad deal.
Mhm.
I'd probably get some spells.
Yep.
All right. As you all rise the next morning, plan intact, You load up the war wagon. Is there anything in particular special that you're taking with you on the war wagon?
Anything that we think that the flesh strippers will need, because we're bringing them with us.
All right. You bring some extra supplies for them.
Yeah.
I think about going and finding the orc and his girlfriend to give him a wedding present, and then I'm like, we give him a kid. They're fine.
Yes, this child that didn't exist before now will exist, so I'm sure that won't have any repercussions on the township. Excellent. With that, you load up the wagon, you hop on, and you start riding northward. Just as you are starting to see the mists surround the wagon, you see the two priests of Chardoon coming down from the city to the north.
Those guys.
But you basically just make out their outline and then disappear.
Yep.
You ride through the mists for what seems like a few minutes, listening to howling and sort of screaming voices in the distance. The howling and screaming turns more into snarling and barking, losing much of its anima and becoming much more feral. As the mists part and you find yourselves on a very narrow path that the wagon can kind of barely make its way down, surrounded entirely by tropical vegetation.
I'm down with this. Is it nice and humid?
It's extremely humid.
Hell yeah.
Do any of you have a passive perception below 15?
Yes.
Okay, that's two of you.
Mine is crazy high.
Mine's 10.
Mine's actually okay.
Yours is not below 15 or is below 15?
Mine is 16.
Okay, excellent. Millie's?
I got a 16.
Okay. And Triss and Jedryn both have above a 15, correct?
22.
So as you're kind of going down the road, and Giancarlo says, just a few more moments, you hear movement in the trees above you. And you look up, Triss, and you see what looks like a manticora, bounding across the treetops, keeping pace with you.
A manticora, not a manticore.
Manticora, yeah, looks like a cat person.
Yeah.
And then you look up and see another one on the other side of the road. And kind of look back and see 5 or 6 more, all bounding through the trees, keeping pace with your wagon.
I wave. Hi. I know, rat, and you're a cat, but please don't eat me.
2 of them drop down into the trail before you. And one says in extremely accented common, Bolt. You all recognize the language basically as Lydian, but like a weird dialect of Lydian. Giancarlo looks to Jedryn, raises an eyebrow, do I stop?
You know this place better than I do.
He pulls the reins. The wagon comes to a stop. And that's where we'll wrap things up for this week. So, any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about today's session?
Question. What could go wrong, right?
They just want to take me. I'm exotic in this area as a bear.
They want to give you scritches.
Yes.
Yes.
They do. Very, very aggressive scritches. All right. Well, in that note, then we will wrap things up for this week. So, Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. We're going to go ahead and do our outros real quick, where you can learn about who everyone is and what they do. So let's start this week's off with Jedryn. Please give us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, who you're playing their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Yeah,
please.
Hi, my name is Fran Stewart. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Jedryn, the slightly starting to get it together again halfling rogue. Pronouns also she, her. And when I'm not doing this, I'm writing stuff for the Scarred Lands, usually gaming content that you guys can play, but also a novel, which my lovely wife is holding up, Vigilant Through Shadows and Dreams, Book 1. And if you enjoy this kind of shit show with all the laughter and horror, you'll probably enjoy Vigilant. So go check it out on DriveThruRPG or wherever fine ebooks are sold. And if you're looking to hang out with a not at all famous author someplace, come find me on Twitter at RonaldinValor and say hello.
Excellent. And definitely head up to DriveThruRPG and look for all those wonderful Guardlands materials that both Sarah and Fran have worked on. Next up, we have Zopa. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Hochhalter. He, him, playing Zopa. She, her. I make stuff. So follow me on Twitter at WHPubs or here on Twitch at WHPublications. Also, Sarah and Fran and I have been working with Alain Diorla on an upcoming thing that should come out this coming weekend. So we got the okay to start sharing about that. It is a NPC guide for Frostlands of Fenrirlic. Also, Travis worked on it too. Sorry.
I did work on it a little bit. There's, So it's very similar to like Wise and the Wicked, but for Frostlands. So that's exciting. With
NPCs, spells, and new magic items. So keep your eye out for that. We'll probably put links in next week.
Yes. If you're following all the social medias that are under our names, that'll be a good way to find that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or by watching the show next week, I'm sure we'll be sharing links like hotcakes.
Right.
Excellent. Next up, that brings us to Sarah. To Triss. Please give us your pertinence.
Hi, my name's Sarah Stewart. I am she, they. I play Triss, the rat folk druid, who's a she, her. And yes, you can find all of the stuff that Fran and I have worked on for the Scarred Lands on our website at morelikethisindustries.com, because Fran always leaves it to me to list the website.
Sorry.
But it's not like
stuff.
It's not like we ever updated it anyway. And the name of the book that the four of us worked on is called Friends and Foes of Fenrirlic, because me, Sarah Stewart, really loves alliteration. So yes, take a look at that. That'll be coming out within the week, hopefully.
Beautiful.
So, and everybody else has said everything. We didn't mention the lore, I haven't been doing that anyway. So, someday.
Jeremy, stormed off.
Whatever.
I can't work under these conditions.
He's probably dealing with a dog.
That was like a dog face, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cheshire, please give us your pertinence.
Hi, so I am Chaz, he, him, PhD student who studies video games and music and storytelling, and I play Cheshire. I think he's gone timid now. He's just like this timid guy who's like, she's chasing me, she's gonna kill me, and kind of understand that he's just gonna die anyway. So like that's who we are. When I'm not playing in this game, I sometimes DM, and I am going to be DMing next week.
Your session, I believe, is scheduled on the 13th of June.
13th of June. Yes. Some Scion. Scion is a super fun system. I got the chance to be the storyteller for a prolonged session where we went from like origin to hero to demigod. Was amazing, and so I get to dive back in, but this time we are going to be doing some Cthulhu / dragon, some Dragulu or Cthragan.
Cthragan sounds
Cthragan sounds remarkably appropriate.
Right?
Yeah.
Startling.
That sounds like something that Lovecraft wrote down between moments of being racist.
So on the 13th, please join me for some Scion Cathragan.
Beautiful. Yes, and in fact, if you go to the Onyx Path website, just www.theonyxpath.com, there's a bunch of information up there about the impending Onyx Path Con. Still opportunities to join for non-stream gameplay. Lots of games to sign up for. The games are ticketed, but the benefits from those tickets go to support the Bodhana Group, which is a beautiful charity that works with combining mental health care with tabletop role-playing game and using techniques to combine those two. And then a portion of the proceeds also go to the GM who is running the game. So if you're interested in running some Onyx Path games, like, for example, Scarredlands, or any of the, Chronicles of Darkness, Exalted, the Story Path, various different flavors of Story Path. We are still looking for GMs as well. Signups are still open. So if you just head over to theonyxpath.com, look for the Onyx Path Con posts, you can get all that information there. You can come run some games, make some money, and support a charity. There's no reason not to. So definitely check that out. And that brings us over to Millie. Millie, please give us your pertinent.
Hello, my name is Ayli. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Millie, the Tiefling Ranger, whose pronouns are she, they. I am a fetish model. You can find me on Twitter at Kitty Curiosity. I also am part of an X-rated D&D stream called Roll for Seduction, and you can find us on Twitter at Roll Seduction or online at rollforseduction.com. But only check out my stuff if you are over the age of 18, because it's mostly not safe for work.
Yes, grown folks only, please. If you're not grown, wait. We'll get there. And then last but not least, that brings us to Korggix. Please give us your pertinent.
I'm Tric, or the hair Tric, because Cosmic Horror and puns are hilarious. I play Gix, who is he, him, just like me. I am the hair Tric on just about everything except for Patreon, which is the Hair Tric Productions. And the last week I haven't really done too much and don't really have too much to show outside of new art because my puppy has been struggling a ton. So if you have pets, snuggle them extra for me.
Indeed. Yeah, definitely. And I guess that brings it to me. I'm Travis Legg, he, him. I'm the person responsible for this shit show. When I'm not running this shit show, I run other shit shows on this channel and on twitch.tv/The Onyx Path, where I am the programming coordinator. I will be doing a lot of tech stuff and showing up on a couple of panels during Onyx PathCon, so I'd love to see you there. My forthcoming streaming schedule is Wednesday. We'll be back every week. Through the summer, we're doing Extreme Drawist Season 2. They are hip deep in some shit, and that's every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern. So if you're into some drow stuff that is hella cosmic, because they're like level 15 now, please do hop over. Every other Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the following, I'll be over at Roll for Seduction running Odysseys and Overlords, which is my OSR D&D setting. It's available at DriveThruRPG. You should go buy it. And what else was I going to tell you about? So I'll be starting a new show, which will be broadcast on Plastic Age Plays Thursdays, looks like 3 Eastern, 2 Central, where we're going to be playing a ton of games with a rotating cast of people, and we will be opening that sucker up next week with The Witcher from our Talsorian Games. I'm super stoked about playing that and running that. We will be recording a pre-recorded character creation session this Thursday, and I'll be putting that up for my patrons to check out at patreon.com/Travis Legg. There was something else I was going to tell you all about. I forgot what the fuck it was. Oh, yes. Speaking of the Friends and Foes of Fenric, how it is sort of the wise and the wicked of Fenric, I would like to recommend that not only do you pick that up when it comes out, and certainly pick up Frostlands of Fenric, because it's an amazing book. It was worked on by many of the lovely people who you see on this screen. I also would like to entice you to head over to Indie Press Revolution. and pick up a physical copy of the Wise and the Wicked for 5e. There are a few copies left over there. It's kind of the clearinghouse where we keep all of the surplus when a Kickstarter runs. And you can get it over there for a good price, get you a nice physical copy of Wise and the Wicked, and get stat blocks for some of these awesome Scarred Lands NPCs that poke their head in every once in a while. There's at least 3 or 4 people from that book that you'll be fighting in the coming weeks. Mild spoilers.
Oh, great.
So, be back here with us this time next week as we get a little bit of crossover action as you head into the dark domain of Markovia. Should be fun. I can tell by the looks on your faces you're all super excited.
I'm super excited.
And I'm gonna, in my downtime, watch Island of Dr. Moreau a couple times. So, you all have a good time. Take care of yourselves and each other. Get vaccinated if you're not, and we'll see you again real soon.
Bye, folks.